today's lesson, how to approach Debussy's Clair de Lune. Such a gorgeous piece of music, a classic. And you know, I hear students play this piece all the time, and a lot of times I'll hear something like this. Now, what's wrong with that? Well, there's something very wrong with it. And what is wrong is the rhythm. You see, it's very much of a great challenge when approaching a piece that is slow to hold the long notes long enough. Now, this is very important for the music. I want to show you what an amazing difference it makes playing exactly the same thing, except holding the long notes long enough. Then I'm going to show you how you can practice this so you can achieve that in your playing. It's a completely different mood, isn't it? And you'll hear great musicians will count. They will have the true amount of time. Taking the time in a slow movement on long notes is one of the secrets to creating that mood. So how do you practice it? Well, if you look on my piano, you'll always see a metronome. You want to check your work constantly with the metronome. So listen to what it sounds like if I play this with the metronome without the pedal, so I can really be honest in the way my fingers connect the notes. So, to recap, using the metronome is vital, but just as important is to practice without the pedal. I know it sounds so much better with the pedal, but you must leave the pedal for the very end, after you've found the fingering that can connect the notes as well as possible with your hands. Because the idea of the pedal is not to connect what you can connect with your hands. You want to connect as much as possible with your fingers. Then the pedal becomes an expressive device, not a crutch to do what you can already do with your fingers, but a way of adding color to the sound. So this is the secret. Work with the metronome, work without pedal, and you will be a brilliant performance. And you know, there's nothing in here that can't benefit from that kind of work. Let me know how it goes for you. There may be future videos tackling different sections of Clair de Lune. This will actually apply to almost any melodic music you play. What I'm going to show you is one technique. Now, there are countless techniques, and I have several videos on Clair de Lune that you can reference in the description. But today I'm going to show you something I've learned from living with my wife, Robert Estrin, for many years, who is a magnificent flutist. And the way she uses the air in order to capture the phrase and to have a melodic line that carries the listener is something that I've literally lived with for decades, and I want to share with you because it translates to piano playing. And honestly, having a background with a wind instrument or singing or even a bowed instrument can be enlightening for a pianist, because after all, you're playing a percussion instrument, and trying to get a melodic line, you have to understand what that really is about on an instrument that's capable of a sustained line. So I'm going to play Clair de Lune for you now, just the beginning part, and then I'm going to explain what I'm doing to create this beautiful singing quality to the melody. Such gorgeous writing, the harmonies, the melody. Of course, being in rhythm on this is vital to capturing the mood. The worst mistake you can make with Clair de Lune, as I pointed out in videos in the past, is to take too slow a tempo and not to hold the long notes long enough. The rhythm is not what you might think it is. If you count it, try to count it with the very slow dotted quarter note. Once again, check the description for videos that talk about this and will help you with the rhythm, because that's a vital part of this. Well, what I'm going to talk about today is that flowing line. And it's the idea not just of, as I mentioned in other videos in the past, in creating beautiful melodic lines, giving more energy to higher notes, just like you would naturally with your breath when you're singing or playing a wind instrument. But it's also elongating those top notes just a little bit more air, if you will, in the flute, or I play French horn, and getting to the peak of a melody, having a little bit more time there so you ride over the top of the line. Listen to the difference if I play it without taking any extra time. I hate to use the word time because it really isn't a rhythmic distortion as much as it is a filling up the sound akin to the air on a wind instrument or when singing. This is what would happen to ride over those top notes without filling them up. Doesn't give you that same feeling of serenity. So it's taking those long notes and taking a little bit more time with it. Once again, I'm going to play. I'm going to talk you through so I can show you specifically where I'm doing this. Even there, just a little bit on the top third. There again. All the high notes, a little bit more air, a little more support. It's hard to conduct while playing. Listen to this crest. I hope you can grasp what I'm showing you. It's very subtle because if it's done too much, it would be a rhythmic distortion, which would ruin the melodic line. But instead, it's visualizing in your mind the sound that would be created if this was played on a flute or was an aria sung by a great singer, to get that flowing line, filling up those high notes like you would naturally do if you could sing such a melody. I want you to try this, not just with Clair de Lune. Try it with all the melodic music you play. Not just getting louder towards the higher notes, but making sure you ride over the crest of the phrase and enjoy those high notes a little bit longer so that they can live on and give a nice expansiveness to your musical line.